Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is one of the most exciting videos of this year, and that's predicting who will win the Women's Prize in Fiction 2021. So the thing is, a bit of background, like I have not followed the Women's Prize in a dedicated manner like this before, like in the previous years. Yes, I have read like 1 to 3 books by the winners, or like the books that I've won basically. But this is the first time that I've actually sat and read like a bit of the long list and then moved on to reading the shortlist. So super excited, and I hope you stick till the very end, because and I really hope my predictions come true, because otherwise it would be just very stupid. But it's okay, we are just predicting for fun, there's no wager. Let's get ahead and let's do this. So let me tell you how is this video going to flow, right? So the first part of the video will be me telling you my most favorite books to the least favorite books, or the least favorite books to the most favorite books, in that order. And all of these 6 books have a dedicated review video. Okay, so go ahead, check it out. So if you're interested in like any of the books, you can go and check out the review videos. All are spoiler free, so that you can gauge for yourself whether you want to read it or not. But while mentioning the books, I'll only give you like 1 or 2 line summary of what I thought about the book, and that's it. Like anything in detail is in that particular video. Just don't want this video to be redundant. And the second part of this video would be my predictions. So I'll be doing it from the least likely to win to the most likely to win. So I think at least one of the top 3 books should be the winner. Okay, that's the deal. And again, there's no wager, I'm just doing this for fun. Okay, so don't expect me to put any wager on this. And yeah, that's it. Let's get started with the actual content, and let me tell you which is my least favorite book to the most favorite book, my own ranking. So let's start with my rating of the books, and let me tell you my least favorite book to the most favorite book. My least rated and my least favorite book of this list is actually Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Jasi, which I rated 3.5 stars. And this simply because I have read Ya Jasi before. I loved Homegoing, and this was just a case of misplaced expectations. It's not like a bad book. If you're reading Ya Jasi for the first time, then you'll absolutely love it. But for me, it's a bad book because I really love Ya Jasi and I had higher expectations, and those just crashed. The next book, which is my second least favorite book, and that is at 3.7 stars, No One Is Talking About This. So with No One Is Talking About This, I really liked the idea. The idea was very novel, it was nice. However, it just fell flat on its face when it came to the execution part of the book. And I think that the author could do much better when it came to the execution. So it was 3.7 stars. The next book, so this is where the good stuff starts, because this is where I start reading books for. The book at 4 stars for me is Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. I like this book. It's not a bad book. It's a very, very unique read in the shortlist. And if you like general contemporary fiction, then you'll like this. The next one is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett at 4.7 stars. And again, I like this book as well. A lot of thoughts that I have discussed in my review video. Go ahead and check that out. The next one is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House at 4.8 stars. And the reason why it's not a complete 5, I explained that in my review video. But then I really love the background, the setup of the book. It's set in Barbados. It's a country I do not know anything about. So, it's something very interesting. Love it. Unique read and a must read for sure. And my my most rated book in this list is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. And I absolutely love this book. This is like a full 5 from me. Honestly, I do think that, a lot of people may not like this book because of a lot of hype around it. But for me, it lived up to the hype. And I kind of cover this in a very discreet manner in the video because it's a spoiler-free review. So go ahead and check that out. So those are my least favorites to the most favorites. Now let's see, what am I predicting? So yeah, So my prediction is also like least likely to win to the most likely to win. And what I think would be the winner would be one of the first three books. Okay. So let's start with this. Da 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 da. Okay, fine. Anyway, so the least likely to win the prize, the Women's Prize in Fiction 2021, the least likely, as for me, is No One Is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood. I just simply think that the book seems very juvenile as compared to the previous winners of at least what I have read. And also, the only reason I think this is in the shortlist is because it wants to like kind of be very Gen Z friendly on some level. So I just feel like it was like pushed to the shortlist on a very compulsive whim, basically. Makes sense? I don't know. But I don't think this book will win the Women's Prize in Fiction 2021. The next book that I think would not win is Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. So the reason why I am going for Unsettled Ground, right? So this is like my fifth least likely, that is. It's not like a great book, right? It's like a nice book. It's a nice contemporary read, but it's not like great. Like it's nice for like a one-time read, and the plot is good, the narrative is nice, the setting is good. I liked it, but it's not extraordinary that I think it would win. So yeah. Now the fourth likely book that I think would not win uh, is wait my fourth likely book, like one of the least likely to win list, that is, it is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. And the reason why I think this is not in the top three, okay, the exact reason why this is not in the top three is simply because I think that this can be an overrated book at times. Like, it's an important discussion, it is an important conversation, but I still feel that it is something that is overrated on some level, right? It's overrated on some level. So that's why I'm putting this at 4. So that being said, let's get to the top 3. Okay, so let's get to the top 3. Yes, this is the top 3. And in my opinion, any of these 3 books can be winners, right? And the reason is because I'm hoping like that the topmost one, if it's the winner, then it's like cool. If the second one's the winner, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. And then if the third one's the winner, then I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I get it. Okay. So my third most likely to win book is Transcendent Kingdom by Yajasi. Now, my personal feelings aside, I do think that this is a nice book. It's not like a bad book. It's just that my expectations were just stamped upon. But yeah, Jasi is a nice writer. She writes well. Although this is not like her best work, I still feel that Homegoing is her best work. But this book talks about something important, and that is an immigrant's dilemma. And Jifty in the book is an immigrant from Ghana, and there's a whole like lot of stuff that goes on in the book that I talk about in the review. But the point being this, that it's very, very, I would say, likely that the judges would select this book, especially because of the minority factor associated with it and the representational factor associated with it. Although I'm not hoping this wins, because there are better books, like top 2 books, like 2 more books to go, top 2, of course. But yeah, I think this is going to be my third most likely book to win. And now let's get to the top 2, because my second book is going to be Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. And it's not that like the Women's Prize has never had like winners in the fantasy genre, right? Like Song of Achilles was, I think, one of the last winners of the fantasy genre, or like from the fantasy genre. And it was a nice book. I really loved The Song of Achilles, and I love Piranesi as well. And I'm keeping this at 2 because, again, I feel like it's a very, very unique book in the shortlist. It's my favorite as well, so personal preference there. And I would be absolutely delighted if Piranesi wins the prize. And that being said, let's get to my most likely to win. The first book in the list, most likely to win, is How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps a House by Cherry Jones. This is everything that generally a women's prize book has. It has representation. The author is from, not from the global north, of course. And it's a book that talks about a lot of elements and a lot of violence that women face in their day to day life. It's an important book which focuses on women's issues, women's problems, and how, due to the mistakes that are done by men, women actually face issues. I think that this book deserves at least the top two places anyway. Like, even if it does not become the winner, I think that the panel should consider this book to be like an important one, and that's simply because it is an important book. Like, that's my point. So yeah, like this is my list. My book just fell down from the shelf. I'm going to ignore it for the sake of the video. No, wait, I should not ignore it. I'll go and pick it up and be right back. I put the book back. It's literally like a ghost pushed the book off the shelf. Maybe, I don't know. I need to check it out on replay. But that being said, yes, this is my list. This is how things look for now. I am very excited to know who's the winner, and I'm hoping the winner would be from the top three that I stated. Like, Piranesi is okay, How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House is also okay, but the rest, then I'll be just like having some thoughts with the rest. Like, Transcendent Kingdom is also kind of okay, but I didn't personally like the book. But on a personal front, I would like to say Cherry Jones and Susanna Clark, one of them, getting the prize. But yeah, maybe like it's too good to be true though. So yes, that's it. This is the women's prize prediction video. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to know, what do you predict? Like, maybe you have a top 3, you have a top 2. Let me know, and then we'll compare notes, and would love to have that conversation with you in the description box below. That being said, thank you so much. Give me a woman emoji, like the women's prize emoji. You can put a woman and a pen, or just a woman, whatever suits you. But thank you so much for watching this video till the very end, and let's stay tuned to see which book actually wins. I think I may make a reaction video. I'm not 100% sure that I will, because it's a weekday. But if I get time, I will make a reaction video. Otherwise, I will be posting my reaction in the community section as a post. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.